The age of the Ford Mustang is not over, and according to the pace of the company's development, it won't be over for a while. Today, we are going to tell you everything we know about the 2024 Mustang. If you don't know how its design looks or what specs it has or how is it going to be an evolutionary step, join us to get started. The design. So we're going to start off with the looks. With the release of the 2024 Mustang, you can easily see that there are huge differences in overall styling. The 2024 Mustang's furrowed brow headlights are virtually the same shape as before, but come stuffed with new internals, including new tri-bar LED accents that echo the pony car's iconic tri-bar tailgate motif. The old Mustang's amber-colored reflectors have been moved out of the corners of the headlights and onto the front fender lips, leaving the peepers darker and more sinister looking. Though Ford doesn't specify as much, we have a feeling the 24 Mustang enjoys the former Mustang Shelby variant's lower headlight location, given the way that the new car's hood plunges down to meet the lights. In the front, the grille that tapers down has almost been flipped top to bottom. It has also been opened up for more air intake, but also to visually look more aggressive and strict. The nose of the new 2024 Mustang manages to step forward while growing more cohesive. Some of the detailing is a little fussy, but the GT model is at least more aggressive than before, almost Shelby-like. However, the lower valance and air dam are very similar to current models carrying over from the current generation. There will be different fascias depending on the trims. From the side, the belt line is dipping down more through the door and then extends higher towards the rear to emphasize the aggressive fender shoulders. Both the sharp upper brake and rocker design lines have been downplayed, and the surface connecting the two top to bottom has much less crown. Again, this takes out some of the softness of the current model. It is surely cleaner and crisper. Overall, the upper rear end tried to eliminate the fussiness of the current Mustang, while the lower section comes up to give the rear some visual foundation. And maybe the biggest change is how the deck lid tapers back beyond the rear sheet metal itself. And yeah, this helps to downplay all of the surface changes and fussiness of the current Mustang. Interior. Ford has gone for a fight jet-inspired cockpit with two lovely flowing and curved displays that allow for quick and easy customization from the driver. The centerpiece of the interior is the 12.4-inch digital instrument cluster, which can have various animated designs customized onto it, and there are new visuals dependent on the selected drive mode. Ford has utilized the Unreal Engine 3D creation tool, which is now used in many modern video games. A larger center touchscreen display will sit above the console in a simplified dash that eliminates some tactile controls, and a separate digital display is expected for the driver. But Mustang interior photos suggest that they will not be connected under a single large screen. Now, we knew what customers wanted and designed the most digital Mustang ever while retaining the all-important driver-focused cockpit. Removing some of these physical buttons, such as radio and climate control, and integrating them into a digital display was popular in research and millennials, Gen Z, and traditional Mustang drivers alike, said Ricardo Garcia, Ford Interior Design Manager. Another shift comes with the default instrument gauge setting. Where they would previously be the traditional cool blue and light gray tones, Ford has now gone for what they say is an ultra-modern copper appearance. This is shared with the Mustang Mach-E crossover. Virtually everything in the displays of the interior, including the ambient lighting, can be fully configured to selected tones with the instrument cluster adapting to the selected drive mode. The cluster itself can be configured to seamlessly flow into a 13.2-inch Sync 4 center stack behind some integrated glass angled towards the driver. There is much more than just a refined digital display, though, for the Mustang. Tech. Ford has even used every chance to ensure their owners have the best audio system available with the new Mustang. After all, you gotta prepare your highway playlist when you hop into a Mustang, right? Well, available on this latest Mustang is a B&O sound system, fully optimized for the interior of the car. And of course, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are both available and fully compatible with Sync 4. Amazon is also built in with Ford Streaming, allowing voice commands to play your music or podcast. The screens will run Ford Sync 4 infotainment interface and be configurable. Ford will include 5 themes for the instrument cluster: Normal, Sport, Track, Calm, and Fox Body, each with a different digital layout. Fox Body will take on the analog look of the beloved Fox Body Mustangs from the late 1970s to the early 1990s. A My Mustang mode will allow drivers to pull up a 3 or 5 gauge digital auxiliary gauge layout on the center screen. The track icon shown in the track drive mode display will be Michigan's Grattan Raceway. The other modes will consist of normal, sport, slippery, drag, and a customizable setting with up to 6 individual profiles. In addition to everything that we've mentioned, owners of the new Mustang will have access to 2 new cool gadgets: an electronic drift brake and remote rev. Electronic drift brake bounces back down the instant you let go of it, unlike a traditional handbrake. The new Mustang's electronic drift brake, aka EDB, is different from a conventional handbrake in that it's said to be way more instantaneous and controllable and delivers 4 to 5 times more braking force. Ford also says that there are 2 EDB settings, one calibrated for drifting novices and another for more seasoned power sliders. With drifting being potentially hazardous out on public roads, the EDB works in track mode only and must be deliberately enabled via a button on the touchscreen. Outside of track mode, however, it actually becomes a traditional handbrake again, but not in the way that you would assume. And what is remote rev? Well, rather than having to get in and start the car in order to rev it, the Mustang's new remote rev feature will let you do it from a key fob. All owners have to do is hold the button on the key fob and the engine will spring to life, rev loudly, and wake up the entire apartment complex. Fortunately, it only holds the revs for a second, so you don't have to worry about bouncing the engine off the rev limiter. On the safety front, the new Mustang gets adaptive cruise control with stop-and-go speed limit sign recognition, active lane control, evasive steering assist, and front and rear automatic emergency braking. Performance-packed cars also have an active pothole mitigation, which monitors the suspension, body, steering, and braking inputs and adjusts the suspension to lessen the impact of potholes. Engines. The previous generation of Mustang offered fuel-sipping 4-cylinder EcoBoost power plants up to supercharged 5.2-liter Predator V8 engines. The entry-level EcoBoost power plant returns for the 2024 Ford Mustang. The EcoBoost engine of choice remains the 2.3-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder power plant. However, you'll have to double the cylinders if you want more horsepower in your new Mustang. Enter the 2024 Mustang's V8 engine offering, the venerable GT. The new GT will carry over the tried-and-true Coyote 5.0-liter V8 engine, and it will produce no less than 480 horsepower instead of the 460 in the previous models. If you couldn't imagine it, we'll be honest and tell you that the upcoming GT is the most powerful in Ford's history. And guess what? The new 2024 Mustang will offer a manual transmission, the thing that most of us have been waiting for. The 2024 Mustang gets 3 of them, 2 6-speed manuals and a 10-speed automatic. Both the manuals are carryovers with the Get Rag unit offered in GT models, while the Dark Horse gets upgraded to the Tremec first introduced on the Shelby GT350 and offered on the Mach 1. The automatic is Ford's familiar 10-speed introduced with the facelifted Mustang in 2018 with new control electronics. Notably, it's the only transmission offered with the EcoBoost, as the take rate for manual 4-cylinder Mustangs was fairly low. So whether you are most excited about the interior, the exterior, the technical specifications, or the engine in this car, Ford has really knocked it out of the park with the newest Mustang. Coyote V8 power is probably the highlight of this new Mustang, but there is much to be excited about, as the heritage-inspired exterior and the comfortable and modern interior. The pricing information is not yet available for the new Mustang, but it is roughly estimated that it will start at around $30,000 and the latter at $40,000. So what do you think about the new 2024 Mustang? Let us know in the comments down below.